research. Nobody in the black community owns an airplane that can fly drugs over here. Nobody in the black community or any other community owns ships that can sell the drugs in here. Nobody in the black community or any other community can store massive amounts of drugs in a warehouse and have people coming there with U-Haul trucks picking them up and taking them back to the distribution. Now, who can do that? Ask yourself that question. Can you do that? Can your father or anybody in your family? Can they? No, they can't. Where does it come from? Let's talk CIA. Let's talk DEA. Let's talk FBI. Let's talk local politicians who have their hands in it. Drugs are not going nowhere. It's too much money. Prisons are not going nowhere. It's too much money. And when you begin to make people aware of things, watch your background. You pose a threat, because that means that you got your hands in the big shot's pocket and they ain't going for that.
One of the things that we're going to do next week, and we're going to keep going with questions as long as you want to, but one of the things we're going to look at next week is this notion of there is an answer to how drugs flooded the black community. And the answer is there is a conspiracy. The players are clearly to outfit the machine, and a set of circumstances where the U.S. government worked with Lucky Luciano to set up what they call the French Connection. There is really a set of things to understand of how the distribution of drugs moved from the outfit into the black community and targeting it. And then at that point, then the complicity of a lot of people within the gangs, it was a way to make money. But we're going to look at, there is a very clear trail. And Duffy is right, this stuff it didn't come here from Larry Hoover flying over to Turkey to get opium, right? This is a whole another deal that we can historically look at. That I think will surprise you some. But we'll get into that in detail next week.
Yes, ma'am.
I was going to say, so it's not like American Gangster, Denzel like flies over, picks up all the drugs.
Right. Right, absolutely
Yes.
not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is there any other questions? Don't be shy.
Yeah, right here.
Yes, sir.
Dave, you want to?
No.
No. Okay, we don't.
First of all, I'm going to say I'm representing like 3 or 4 different generations of street organizations right here in your midst. I talked to a group of students earlier. I talked about these guys being in a position to know the true history of street organizations. As he said, as you listen to the tape, breaking the voices of mom. I got my first start in 1994, right here at the University of USC. After spending 11.5 years incarcerated, one of the Birds Court students. I got my start again cleaning up these classrooms. Back then, I was able to get out, get opportunity to come in, without the background procedures, to come right in. I got able to move all the way up, not just at USC, but in the world period as executive director of one of the organizations, the Justice Coalition of Greater Chicago. Beyond that, testimony at the United Nations, testimony at the Organization of American States, going international. If you took an individual, a street cat today, from prison, you'll never get that opportunity. Never. Young man here, while I'm come, I have a great relationship with Professor Hagedorn. My wife is a student here at USC. But this is a young man who actually changed my whole life around. To stay there. I'm trying to be quick with this. Let's go quick. This is a cat I remember when I think I was 18 years of age, walking down the Stateville. And again, a head cocked right, if you know what that means. And I remember an individual from a different side of the trail told me to straighten my hat. And then he tried to tear his hair out. I didn't know that was a gentleman from another organization, Air Rubens. My whole thing is you can't tell me anything. I really thought I showed him something. I really thought I showed him power. Until when I got to the set house later on that night, he talked to my man right here and told him the blatant disrespect that I displayed on State of Madison. What gave that? On State of Madison. About 10:30 that night, the when some individuals come and got me to help me understand that I broke ranks. They helped me understand it almost caused an international in Stateville war. Now, I went to that cell and I pretty much had to understand what I did. But this man helped me because best thing I tell you, he was ready to punish me for my infractions. But it was that same general who said, no, let me have an hour with him. Let me talk to him. You remind me of him. You remind me of myself when I was younger. That literally saved me, and changed my direction. The final thing I can tell you about myself personally, I come from 95th Street. I come from history of It's Possible, Black Syndicate, that was before me, coming up on the Outlaws, High Supreme, Boss Pimp, that whole 9 y'all did it all. But the bottom line is that meeting an individual like this back then and changing my course of direction, one of the things I got from him that I'll never forget, when I got understanding that I can be judged based on my ability to think, based on how many people I could hurt or do some things to, changed me. I know I was smart. I know I was a great thinker. And this is one individual who brought it out. And finally, I can take you back to meeting Larry for the first time. Young punk, 18 years old, Stateville prison. I remember following him around for like a good day. I'm talking about, following him around and went to law library. Cornered him in the bathroom.